The 1911 has been the hero pistol of the 20th century. We at Cabot Guns are proud to take that legacy on into the 21st century with the Cabot Insurrection. I'm Nick Morrow, the Director of Sales and Marketing for Cabot Guns. I have a fully loaded Insurrection here, complete with ported barrel and optic mount. We're going to talk about this pistol in a little bit, but first let's look at the standard model that you can order. We've been developing the Insurrection for over 2 years because we wanted our first double stack 1911 to be everything you come to expect from Cabot Guns. So from front to back, top to bottom, this pistol is made in our facility from domestic 416 stainless steel. Now starting from the front, we have our flush cut and reverse crown match grade barrel, and we guarantee better than 1.5 inch accuracy on all of our pistols, including the Insurrection at 25 yards. Moving back, our slide is made from domestic 416 stainless steel, and our front sight option, the standard, is going to be the red fiber optic or green, but you can option your pistol with any of the other front sights that we offer, whether it's the gold bead, tritium, or no dot front sight. And all of our sights use our proprietary reverse dovetail, where the sight is pushed in from the front so you don't have to worry about it walking left or right and losing zero. Moving back from the front sight, you'll see our front cocking serrations, as well as slide cuts that look down so you can see the barrel. We do offer optional barrel porting. The entire slide is a tri-top cut, and we have slide top serrations to help reduce glare and add a nice top treatment. Yeah, moving back to the fluted barrel hood, we actually cut the flutes to match the tri-top angle, so when you're looking down the pistol, the angles are gonna match up perfectly. And it says Insurrection on the barrel hood, which pretty cool. The standard rear sight is our Cabot Ledge U-notch rear, which gives very fast sight acquisition for target and combat shooting. Now, like all Cabot pistols, we are using a full-length guide rod, which is going to help add some extra weight up in the front of the pistol, and it helps our chrome silicone springs to not bunch up and snake inside the slide. Now let's talk about some of the options that are available on the top end of this gun. And first off, you're going to notice 4 large holes in the barrel. These ports are designed to take those excess gases and counteract the recoil to keep the pistol flatter and make a more enjoyable shooting experience. Now this is the 21st century, and a 21st century pistol has to accept the red dot. The Cabot red dot mount is designed to allow Trijicon RMR footprint dots to be mounted as low and far back as possible on this 1911 pistol and still give you backup iron sights behind the dot, as well as a lower 1/3 black serrated front sight at the front of the pistol. We've also integrated the Cabot Advantage extractor, first introduced on the Rebellion pistol. This revolutionary extractor has a couple of advantages. The first being that it doesn't lose a tune because it is shorter than normal 1911 extractors. The second is you're not going to see the extractor tunnel on the back of the pistol, and 9mm 1911 extractors are a little bit tight and still can have a tendency to clock. So this makes taking down the firing pin stop and removing your firing pin when you're cleaning your pistol much easier on the Insurrection. Now moving down from the slide, everything on this lower is what makes Insurrection truly unique for Cabot Guns, as it's our first double stack 1911. We spent 2 years designing this lower to make sure that you have a double stack pistol that is everything you've come to expect from Cabot Guns. First off, we have an accessory rail that is designed to accept most pistol lights. On here we have a Surefire X300 UB, and we actually took some extra time to make sure that the lines of the X300 UB match up with the lines on the front of the dust cover. Back from there, you're going to notice a departure from most 2011 style pistols out there, as we have a pocket cut out of the side of the frame on both sides. And this is going to allow a couple of things. First off, it's going to give you a nice aesthetic appearance. This area is also designed to allow a place for your support hand thumb to rest in front of the slide stop if you're a righty, and the same thing if you're a lefty. This is going to give you the ability to put a little bit of down pressure when you're shooting and mitigate some of that recoil as well. And speaking of the slide stop, we spent a lot of time developing this area of the pistol to make sure that you have positive engagement when you need to drop the slide, as well as having a nice ledge to be able to lock the slide back if you need, while at the same time not having that slide stop stick out to cause you to potentially override it as you're shooting and you're on empty. And speaking of righties or lefties, the Cabot Insurrection comes standard with our ambidextrous thumb safety, which gives you the perfect amount of ledge to ride thumb over and build your grip whether you're right-handed or left-handed. However, the left side safety lever is recessed enough that it's not going to interfere with your trigger finger and potentially cause you to engage the safety during a string of fire. The Insurrection trigger features the Cabot double radius trigger shoe, which gives a perfect finger placement right into the center of the trigger with some vertical serrations to make sure that your finger finds the right place every single time and allows you to have a nice smooth, even pull back to the rear of the pistol. And speaking of the trigger, just like all Cabots, it is a fantastic trigger. It is set to between 3.5 and 4 pounds and is just right there on the wall and drops exactly the same every single time with a nice tactile reset. The mag catch on Insurrection is checkered at 30 lines per inch, and if you look at the offside, it is blended beautifully into the grip module. And speaking of the grip module, this is really the coup de grace of what we've done here with this pistol. This is made from the same 416R stainless steel as the rest of Cabot Insurrection, but we've spent extra time making sure that the ergonomics are perfect and resemble a single stack gun as much as possible. So when you build your grip on this lower module, your hand is going to find its home right away. We have a nice undercut to allow for a high purchase on the gun, as well as a finger groove cutout to get that placement exact every single time. The checker is a carryover from the pattern on the Cabot Nero. We found this to be a perfect balance of comfort as well as grip. So when you're shooting this pistol for long range days, you're not gonna feel it move around in your hand. We have invested countless hours into the magazines for this pistol, and every magazine is tuned to ensure proper feeding and ejection. Insurrection comes standard with two 17-round 9mm Cabot magazines, and we also have 20-round magazines available for purchase. Now, if you are in a state that has magazine capacity restrictions, you will receive one 10-round magazine. We know there is a lot of anticipation for a double stack 1911 from Cabot Guns, so we have taken the time to make sure we do this properly and deliver a pistol that's everything you come to expect from a Cabot gun. The lines are going to be perfect, the blending is going to be amazing, and the shooting experience is going to be out of this world. Welcome to the Insurrection.